Yeah, hi there. I'm just using your initials IT for privacy purposes, and thank you for completing the integrated speaking practice test. I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and you're also one of my students in the English language program at California State University, San Bernardino. Thank you for completing the speaking practice test. So let's hear what you have to say.
Two speakers discuss about how can teachers make learning more enjoyable and fun for the student.
Now when you say that, you want to say two teachers discuss how they can make learning more enjoyable, not how can they. So you want to use, when you're using noun clauses, you want to make sure you use connector, subject, verb, word order. So that's a word order issue you want to be aware of.
Mann said according to studies, students learn faster if teaching is done interactively. So Mann suggests the teaching should be done by asking a student to pick out pieces or the number of solutions. Women agree with the idea.
So in that area, about 20 to 27 seconds, you were having some problems with your language use. You weren't exactly sure how to paraphrase the ideas in the listening passage, right? So you could say something like, according to the conversation, students can be asked, in an interactive way, to learn math, to learn how to multiply or to add up the number of things, in the case of the listening passage, pencils.
Here, on the other hand, he recommends the teacher should be involve students through role play because they can hope.
Now, on the other hand, I don't think works very well, because on the other hand, that means you're introducing now an opposite idea, but the conversation is just adding, it's giving a whole bunch of examples of how they can make learning more enjoyable to their students. So you might consider using a word like furthermore or in addition. That's probably a more appropriate word than on the other hand.
Focus on subject for a long time. Then, Mann recommends students should enjoy learning because it is helpful for listening and they become friendly with their teacher. Finally, Women said students enjoy the class of a teacher by learning about students through his activity.
Okay, so you're getting there. I'm not going to say it's perfect. Let's go over to the rubrics right now. I will put these in the email too, so you can click on the rubrics. Delivery, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to understand you, but I want to tell you something. You're doing a very good job with your tone. It's not perfect. Now, if I remember correctly, your first language is Japanese, and Japanese students traditionally have a very tough time with tone. But you are making an effort to vary that tone. That is a good thing. All right? In language use, for the most part, you had fairly good control, I think, of your grammar and your vocabulary. And I think I pointed out there were maybe one or two occasions in your recording where you did have some trouble trying to use the appropriate grammar and the appropriate vocabulary to paraphrase ideas from the actual lecture. So topic development was overall pretty good. The only one thing I pointed out was that word, on the other hand, probably wasn't the appropriate word to use in that juncture or that key part of the speech. And I gave you a suggestion of what you could do there. So anyway, your score here, I think it was a pretty good effort on your part. I'm going to put you at about 2.16 out of 4 or 17 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, for the purposes of our class, 2.16 is going to put you at 75% on this assignment. All right, anyway, thank you very much for completing it, and keep up the good work. You just have one more practice test to do.